How church doing this morning? I went on a trip to the Washington, D.C. to go to the Holocaust thing. It was a whole bunch of stuff going through my mind. Like, honestly, in class, like when I went through school and stuff, they didn't really focus that much on the Holocaust. They'll just tell you about it, tell you this and that. But I was eager to go and learn new things, meet new people. And I always had wanted to go to Washington, D.C. because that's something I always felt that I wanted to do in my life, to see all of the history that's in Washington, D.C. So, on our way up there, we was sitting beside a guy on the plane, and they tried to make small talk you sitting 3 people on the seats. It was me and Diamond, and just doing small talk. And the guy was telling us that some people believe that the Holocaust never did happen, and he was just telling us why he believed that it didn't happen and things like that. And I always had thought that it did. I knew it happened, but it's just some people out there who believe that it didn't happen. So he was telling me his reasons, and then he went into detail, a little small detail, and when I got to Washington, D.C., I told Russell about it. He said, you got people out there who believes that type of stuff. But the many things that I saw at the Holocaust Museum, we was there almost a week, and the things that I saw up there, it was life-changing, because you see innocent kids getting killed because of who they are. They didn't have any choice to be who they were, and they were getting killed by numbers. Just like you have lines and stuff, and they tell you that one line go to the left, some people go to the right, and they thought they were going to get showers, but really they was going to the gas chambers to get killed in mass numbers. And I got to meet with I don't know her name, but I got to meet with a survivor of the Holocaust, and she told us everything that she went through and how she escaped death 2 or 3 times. And she told us all the stories about her losing her whole family and how she was just lucky to be saved. But going to Washington, D.C., it was a lot. It meant a lot to me, and it changed my eyes and how I view things on a whole lot of things. And it was a good experience for me.
Well, he basically said everything, but I did get a little teary-eyed because it's like what happened to them, it kind of happened to the kids in Connecticut. And I don't think that should ever happen to little kids. And going there, it changed, like, it made me realize that the things that they went through is still going on now, because like they talked about Nazi propaganda and stuff, and they told us like how they showed the Jews and stuff, and I think that they're doing that to black people now. Like, they're going against us in so many ways, and we can't do anything about it, because it's like the young men in this society now, it's like they're doing the exact same thing. They're trying to put them away for nothing that they don't do, and it's like I don't understand why they do that, and it's I just don't feel that it's right, and I know that a lot of people view that the same way, and my heart goes out to all those families who lost their children in Connecticut and everything, and I just feel for the man's family as well, because they don't understand why he did it either, and I just don't feel that that was right, and I feel like this world needs to change, because if it doesn't, then everybody is already corrupted with everything that's going on in this world already. So I think that we need to change.
Church, say amen again. Amen. And these are young folks that's learning at an early age. And those who sometimes would try to make you think it didn't happen, that's because they like to cover up everything that happened. They want to make you think that everything they do is good and everything else in the world is evil, which is not like them. But God has blessed us. We know different, right and wrong. This started back in 95, 96, when we had the church burnings, when they were doing, our church was one of the ones in Mary County that was firebombed, and out of that came this program with the Holocaust Museum. They called up, wanted us to come to Washington, and through that, they started this program every year since then. we've sent children up there and they learned a lot of valuable lessons. And they brought it back into, to instill in their hearts and their lives and to share with others. So we just thank God for the opportunities. There was a lot of people, many people up there, and like I said, the first few time I went, I ran into some people and met with some people, and like I said, most of the Jews, because it was their Holocaust. But I tell everyone that we all have a Holocaust, okay? Yours may not be like mine may not be like yours. When we was in Israel, we had some classes and we was talking about the Holocaust, but some of the Jews want to make you feel like that theirs are worse than anybody else. But I said, whether you was burnt up in a furnace, gas in a furnace, or drowned, thrown overseas off a ship, hurt is hurt, and death is death. So you respect ours and we respect yours. But they had a sign in the Holocaust too, and it said they came for one nation, one group of people, but because it didn't concern me, I turned my head and looked the other way. And then they came again for another group of people, but because it wasn't concerned me, I turned my head and went the other way. And then they finally came for me. And when I looked around for others to help, they were all gone. So if it affect one, it affect all of you. So sometimes even on the job, I hear them, they make some of the other races try to make fun of other races and tell jokes. And I'm saying to myself, I just want to kind of joke and tell about us. If they tell jokes about them to me, I'm sure they got some jokes they tell to them about me. So we just thank God for the opportunity, but don't let that stop you. A lot of folks said that evil is the opposite of good, but I said evil is the absence of good. When you fail to do good, when you fail to let folks know that God is good, that you're a Christian, that you stand for right, no matter what color you are, no matter where you come from, what you've done in life, and you fail to stand for good, then you fail to stand for God, because God is good. May God bless you, may God keep, may God forever sanctify. Let's give those two young people another hand, because they went down, they went from us last year, and who knows who go this year, but we thank God for you.